The Queen of Hearts. Interior, Samara and Lance's loft. Night. Heather, Hart. 35, very pregnant sister, Samara, 40, and her sister's husband, Lance, 25, finishing up dinner. Heather. I can't believe I ate 3 pork chops. They were amazing, Lance. Heather, she's been planning this meal all week. If I have to watch Top Chef one more time, I swear, I don't know. Samara. Well, since the doctor put me on house rest, I have all this time on my hands. Lance. She's not supposed to be on her feet. Lance nuzzles her affectionately. Heather. I miss you so much at the restaurant. Feels weird trying to run Hearts without you. Samara. Don't worry, Daddy and I will be back in a year. You two have no problem running it without me. Heather. What? Lance looked at Samara. Samara looks away. Samara. Lance came with me to the OB for the first time this week. The doctor thought he was my son. Heather. Aha! They laugh. Lance. Well, you did rob the cradle. Samara. Be quiet. Heather gets up and clears her plate. Heather. I can't believe Daddy just up and left for London. He didn't even leave a whole of instructions for Hearts. Lance looks at Samara, pleading. Heather. What? The doorbell rings. Lance goes and pushes the buzzer. Heather. You guys have company coming over? Samara. Yeah, Ray. Heather. Are you serious? The last time I saw him, he was meeting with Daddy and they opened up Hearts in Miami. He criticized my sweater and laughed at my shoes. Samara. I'm sure he didn't mean anything. He's conservative. And you guys are just different. Heather. Yes, he's uptight and I'm not. Samara. Heather, he's practically our brother. Hear baby cry off stage. Wah, wah. Samara. Damn baby crying. Lance. It's your turn. Samara. It's not my turn. Lance. I fed and changed to last. Samara. Lance, it's after 5 o'clock. That's the night shift, and that's you. Lance. You always find a loophole. Samara. It's gonna be all you after this one comes. Lance leaves in a huff. Samara. Fucking kids. Anyway, look, Heather. Ray is coming over tonight to discuss a few things about Hearts. Heather. Well, Daddy didn't tell me anything. And he's my dad, not Ray's. Samara. Look, he practically is, okay? And you know that. Dad made a promise to his buddy Jack in Vietnam, and he's always been a man of his word. So even if you don't see him as a brother, Dad sees him as a son. You got it? There's a knock at the door. Samara. Lance, can you go get it? Lance. No. Heather. I'll get it. Heather goes to the door and opens it. In walks in Ray. 41, conservative. He beams at the sight of her. Ray. Hey, Heather. Heather. What's up, Ray? Ray. I'm excited. Heather. About? Ray, seeing Samara. Girl, you're big as a house. Samara hugs him. Samara. How you doing, sweetie? Ray. I'm great. Miami is for crazy people, and I'm glad to be back in New York. Heather. Oh, you're moving back to New York? Ray. Yes, I'd have to, at least for a year. Heather. Because Lance walks out with cold cream smeared all over his face. Ray. Hey, Lance. Lance hugs him. Ray. Please tell me that's not something nasty. Lance. It's not. No, it's cold cream. Farrah got into it again. Maybe Samara needs to stop leaving it on the dresser where the baby can get it from the crib. Samara. Maybe Lance needs to help me clean up once in a while. Lance. Are you kidding? Ray. Heather, this is what happens when you have babies back to back. Heather. That's why I don't want any kids. They all look at her. Heather. I don't know. I love kids, I really do, but it just seems like, well, I can't imagine finding the right person, and I don't think he exists. I mean, you guys found love. Other people don't, and I'm best at matching other people up, like you and Lance. It's quiet until Ray. Okay, let's get down to business. Heather. What business? Ray. Hearts. Heather. What about Hearts? Ray. I'm taking over Hearts while your father's away. Heather. After a beat. The hell you are. I'm taking over Hearts while Daddy's in London and Samara deals with the new munchkin. Lance. He's a child. Heather. Whatever. Heart is mine. I've spent my life at Hearts. Ray. I've opened up Hearts Chicago, Miami, and Hearts Los Angeles. You hostess and manage Hearts here in New York. Not the same thing. Heather. I know the customers, I know the staff. I created the look of the dining room, and I've coordinated every Heart's anniversary, Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, and Juneteenth party for the last 15 years. You're about books. I'm about people. Ray, whatever. Heather, not whatever. I was raised at Hearts. Ray, me too. Heather, summertime? That doesn't count. Ray, just because the almighty Heather wasn't there doesn't mean it didn't happen. Heather, sometimes in a few weeks of... Summertime is a few weeks of nothing. Ray, it was enough time for you to melt away at Fat Camp. Heather, it was not Fat Camp. Samara and Lance, whoa, okay. Heather and Ray glare at each other. Samara, Dad left explicit instructions to give you both equal power to run Hearts. He said Heather has the spirit, imagination, and charm, and Ray has the leadership, responsibility, and business acumen. Heather and Ray are quiet. Samara pulls 2 envelopes off. Samara, if you don't believe me, you can read it here. Heather and Ray take the envelopes and pour over the document. Samara, this is what he wants while he's away. Heather, but this is... Samara, do not send me into early labor. Heather, fine. I'll handle all the hiring, all the floor staff, socials calendar, and as well as the look of the room. Ray, I'll handle all vendors, the chef, and the menus. Heather, fine. Ray, fine. Heather, fine. Ray, fine. Off stage, the baby cries. Wah, wah, wah. Lance, it's your turn. And that's